Drake's recent actions after his beef with Kendrick Lamar have caused quite a stir. Instead of taking control of the situation, it seems like he's made one bad decision after another. First, Drake started by encouraging Kendrick to drop a diss track, then shifted to telling him to stop. He even called out Steve Lacy for his involvement in a pop-up show. Despite all his attempts to avoid the beef, things have only backfired, and now it's damaging his reputation. Drake recently appeared on a live stream with XQC, trying to act unbothered, claiming he's still the king of rap.
Guy's like a fragile op, but it's a good song though.
What does that mean, a fragile op? No.
Chat knows what I'm talking about.
He even announced his upcoming tour, set to start on the same day Kendrick performs at the Super Bowl. But just when things seemed to settle, Drake stirred up more drama. His company, Frozen Moments LLC, filed a lawsuit against his own label, Universal Music Group, UMG.
Drake is filing a petition against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing the companies of, quote, artificially inflating the spread of Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
Accusing them of manipulating streaming numbers to help Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us, gain more attention. Drake claims that UMG used bots and other methods to promote Kendrick's track, even going as far as getting Siri to play Not Like Us instead of Drake's own album, Certified Lover Boy. He also accuses UMG of refusing to negotiate and instead creating more conflict between him and Kendrick. The lawsuit says UMG tried to push the blame onto Kendrick, even threatening to sue him if Drake filed a case.
Knew Kendrick was, quote, falsely accusing him of being offender. Those were some things that came up in lyrics of songs. So how could those claims hold up legally?
The legal team also claims in the filing that they had contacted UMG to resolve the issue, but, quote, UMG refused to engage in negotiations and insisted that UMG is not responsible.
This legal battle could seriously hurt Drake's image, and it seems like his attempts at damage control are only making things worse. Drake's recent actions have left fans and the hip-hop world stunned. Suing a fellow rapper over a beef? That's unprecedented. But that's exactly what Drake's doing after his conflict with Kendrick Lamar. The issue started with Kendrick's track Not Like Us, which seemed to get a lot of attention out of nowhere. It was everywhere, on TV, at sports events, and in cars. Drake is now claiming that Kendrick's streams were artificially boosted. And it's not just about the song, it's about the power struggle with his own label, UMG. Drake has filed a lawsuit accusing UMG of using bots and payola to push Kendrick's song. He's even suggesting that Siri was manipulated to play Kendrick's track instead of his own. The whole situation has caused skepticism, with people questioning how the song got so big. But it's clear that Drake feels betrayed by UMG. He's also unhappy with how his relationship with the label has soured. This lawsuit isn't just about Not Like Us. It's a bigger move in Drake's battle for control. As he faces contract negotiations, he's pushing back against UMG and Kendrick. Drake wants more money, reportedly $600 million, a far cry from the $400 million deal he feels trapped in. He's even started releasing music on his own through Instagram and his website to show his independence, possibly to strengthen his bargaining power. Even DJ Academics has hinted that Drake's recent actions reflect his frustration with UMG's rollout strategies, where he expected his releases to succeed without the traditional marketing push. Drake is making moves to get the respect and the cash he believes he deserves. Drake's latest lawsuit has caused quite a stir, and it's a rare moment where a major record label is actually getting support from fans. Normally, labels like UMG are the enemy, but in this case, people are backing them over Drake. It all started when Drake accused UMG of artificially inflating Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us by using bots to boost streams. UMG immediately denied the allegations, calling them offensive and untrue, and claimed they follow ethical marketing practices. But Drake's critics aren't buying it. They feel he should just accept his loss and move on. What makes this situation even more complicated is the hypocrisy angle. Drake has benefited from UMG's support throughout his career. When he was feuding with Pusha T, UMG helped him by having the story of Adidon removed from streaming platforms when it went viral. Plus, Drake's albums, like Scorpion, were given massive promotional pushes by UMG and Spotify, something that most artists don't get. So now, with Drake claiming foul play, many are pointing out that he's been part of the same system he's now criticizing. The most serious accusation from Drake's side is that UMG lowered the licensing rate for Kendrick's song by 30%. This would be a big deal, as it could change how music licensing works in the industry. However, despite these claims, the public isn't rallying behind Drake. Many see him as playing the victim, even though he's been part of the very system he's now attacking. It's a classic case of the machine that built him now being the same one he's trying to bring down.
Not only do I not care that he used bots, but I knew he did.
Okay, cool.
Y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots?
No, and I
You
didn't
thought
care.
that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes, or you didn't know that that was bots?
But with no solid evidence, it's hard for Drake to win the public's trust on this one. Drake's legal battle over his feud with Kendrick Lamar has sparked controversy, particularly with his decision to take action after the beef. The main issue at the center of the dispute is the alleged use of bots to inflate Kendrick's song Not Like Us's streams. However, as some experts point out, this practice, using Spotify's discovery mode to boost song recommendations, is not illegal. It's a standard industry practice where record labels can opt artists into the program, which reduces royalty rates in exchange for greater exposure. If Kendrick was unknowingly part of this, the real issue would be the royalty rate, not the inflated streams. Drake's decision to pursue this legal action seems more about personal grievance than a larger ethical stance. His critics argue that he's being hypocritical since this is a common practice in the music industry. Furthermore, when Drake was involved in his own beef with Pusha T, similar tactics were used, and no one made a big deal about it. The situation has led to widespread trolling of Drake, even from figures outside hip-hop like Shannon Sharpe, who mocked Drake's efforts to fight back after losing to Kendrick. The lawsuit seems to be a poor move for Drake, especially when considering the cultural norms in hip-hop about taking an L and moving on. Meek Mill, who had a high-profile beef with Drake, is now even being praised for how he handled his loss. Drake's lawsuit is viewed as a contradiction, especially since he's supposed to be a big player in the industry with little reason to fight over a loss in a rap battle. This move is also seen as a sign of his weaker position in the market, with his value dropping post-beef. His challenge now is how to salvage his reputation and negotiate better terms with his label, something that seems increasingly difficult in the face of public perception and industry dynamics. Drake's legal battle following his beef with Kendrick Lamar has escalated into a serious image issue. His decision to file a lawsuit over Kendrick's alleged use of bots to boost streams is seen as a misstep, especially when the practice is common in the industry. Drake's move to take legal action rather than letting the situation play out has made him look petty, especially considering that he had used similar tactics in his past disputes. His refusal to speak publicly about the lawsuit only adds to the speculation that he's spiraling, fearing the impact on his legacy. The situation has led many to question Drake's reputation and his future in the industry. His label's lack of promotion for his post-beef releases and his weakening position in the music world further indicate that he might be losing his grip on the culture. His reputation took another hit when he didn't pursue legal action against those who defamed him in the past, while now suing over a rap beef. This double standard has left many calling out his hypocrisy.